Dave is in Bethnal Green. Dave, good evening. What's your question?
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you very much for taking my call. I'll quickly tell you I'm a licensed London black cab taxi driver, 47 years of experience, and I was involved in an accident about 2 years ago where I was stopped at the traffic lights, and as the traffic lights changed, I went to pull away, and the traffic light system was so confusing, I thought maybe I shouldn't have pulled away, and I stopped. And a van collided in the back of me, done a lot of damage to the taxi cab, and I had a personal injury claim. 2 years on, the third party is saying it was my fault for stopping in the middle of the road. As a taxi driver and carrying passengers and being experienced, I know I have a care of duty. And if I feel that there is some problem, that's the reason why I stopped. I didn't stop for, cash for crash sort of reasons. In my lifetime of taxi cab driving, it's only a handful of accidents that I've actually had.
Yep.
So I'm so glad that you mentioned on your radio program, Daniel, that there's a limit on the claim, which is 3 years. That's very useful to know.
But they've put in a claim.
Is there any advice you can give me, sir? It's a genuine claim. I've been to Royal London Hospital, which was nearby.
It's your personal injury claim. I thought you were saying it's the personal injury claim of the van behind that went into you.
No, it's my personal injury claim, which they are denying. They say the accident was caused by me by stopping.
Okay, here's what the answer is, Dave. The starting point is that if you rear-end shunt somebody, you're liable. You're driving negligently. You haven't kept up.
Sorry, Daniel. What was that you said?
If you rear-end shunt somebody, which the van behind you did to you,
the van hit me. Yes.
Yes, they're liable. If they went into your back, they are liable for negligence because driving normally, you do not collide with the back of the vehicle in front of you. You're either going too fast or when pulling out, you're not keeping a proper eye on what's in front and keeping a proper distance from the car in front. Having said that, they will be liable. Having said that, the fact that you stopped suddenly when the lights were in your favour because you got a little bit confused about the light system means there is very likely to be a reduction to any award you might get for something that lawyers call contributory fault. In other words, there's some blame attaching to you. Although the van behind is at fault, a court's probably going to say that you're also a little bit at fault. Now, is that what they're saying? Are they saying you're partly to blame or are they saying you're wholly to blame?
It's hard to say. They want me to guarantee that I would pay the cost if it goes to court and they find me wrong.
Who is they?
This is the solicitors who are acting for me on my behalf for my personal injury claim. It's not one of these solicitors that are no fee, no win, no fee. It's not one of these solicitors.
Dave, Dave, most solicitors can get after the event insurance, which means that they get an insurance company to cover the risk of it all going wrong and you having to pay the costs. I think you need to check that with them. I also think that you probably don't need to worry a huge amount because the other side are going to be partly... Excuse me.
Daniel, there's one other important thing I must tell you. Only recently, because of the confusion on the traffic lights, which I felt, being an experienced driver, I felt that it was the traffic lights confusion, but I still have to take precaution and make sure that I'm in the right of way before I go and cause even a severe damage.
I totally understand that, but of course, if traffic lights are confusing, arguably you shouldn't have moved off in the first place. I'm just being devil's advocate here. Stopping suddenly can amount to contributory fault. I can't comment at the moment, Dave, on whether you were at fault for getting confused by light signals. Dave, I'm so sorry. Just for reasons of time, I have to leave it there.